Customer called back, said that the brakes was shaking, and that's because of warped rotors. So what we're doing is we're gonna install some pads and rotor. You want 7/8, and it needs to be deep, and that's so you don't damage these covers right here. You take your 11/8 off. I kind of skipped a step. You jack your vehicle up and then you put it on jack stands. Always use jack stands. Keep the mill off. It's a 13. So you might need a 17 to hold this from spinning right here. That's a 19. You take these two bolts off right here for the caliper. Remove the caliper. Take your brake pads out. Brake pads out. On this one you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but you can see the rotors digging in right here. That'll cause like squeaking noises right here. And then you take off your two caliper bracket bolts back here. I think they're 21. Yep, 21. And I'm gonna teach y'all a trick. Look, you use a wrench plus a hammer like this. And you can get those bolts loose without like using all your freaking might, all your energy. All right, now you get your bracket off. Place all your stuff where you can easily find it. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve. Like, put it where you easily find it. You don't want to be wasting time looking for stuff. Put stuff where you can find it. So, rotor comes off like so. The bad thing about like this is you cannot tell if the rotor is warped by just looking at it, but it's always recommended to replace rotors when you replace pads or to get them turned, but nobody really turns them anymore. Now, after you cut them, guess what they do? They warp right after. So you get your rotor off. So whenever you're installing new rotors, you gotta get the oil off of them, so you need some brake cleaner, you need a rag. So you do this right here. You just spray it, take it off. We do this like 4 times. We already done this side twice. Wipe it off. That side's done. Flip it over. Do the same on this side. I fold this up in the floor. Spray it. Wipe it off. And as you can see, you see that dirt on there? That's like oil. And they put that on there to keep them from rusting. So, yeah, you do that 4 times, get it all nice. All right, that's it, and then you install the rotor. All right, so you're gonna install your rotor just like so. On these, you replace them if they're damaged. I like the ones that are already on there. They're usually better because they're OEM. So you're gonna install the bracket. Use your 2 bolts, bracket bolts. It takes a 21. So next thing that you want to do is you want to compress the piston. So you're going to use a tool like this. They have different ones. So you're going to take this, put it in here like so. Get it up against here. This will get you a 14. And then you just twist it until it bottoms out basically. Install your brake pads. You wouldn't believe how many people skip this vital step. You need to use some brake lubricant. This is some good stuff right here. You're gonna look at your pads. You're gonna take your pads, you're gonna look at them. You're gonna be like, okay, which one came off of which? The squeaker is always in the back. This right here is always on the back side. And usually it's at the top. So you're gonna look, oh, well, bam, I got lucky. I matched it first. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna take our grease And this is what step most people skip. For what reason, I don't know, but you're gonna grease up your...
Tell them why you don't grease the face of it.
Okay, so you don't want to grease the face of it because that's what goes up against your rotor to stop the car. So if you grease this, you're not gonna be stopping. So yeah, definitely don't do that. I see some people grease it back here. The reason why I don't do that on these pads is because they have this little cushion right here. It's like a little cushion, so it's not necessary. Yeah, so we got the grease on there, and then you install it in the rear. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it on the front a little better because I just made that look really easy. So I'm gonna break it down for y'all on the front. So I just looked at this one, it's got the squeaker. I know that goes in the back, so it's going back in here. So this one will be the next one that I use. So it looks like it's got squeakers on both sides. Okay, so we wanna look at this. So squeakers usually go up top. So this one's on the bottom. We're not gonna put that in. We'll go to the next one. Let's see, well that's on the bottom. Now some of these might all be on the same side. Okay, they're all on the same side, so it doesn't matter. You just install these however. So we're gonna grease this one up. Like I said, none on the face. You don't wanna do that or else you won't be stopping anytime soon. So when you're installing these, you wanna get this inside of here and push up. Actually get it like this first. Get it in like this on the bottom and top, and then flip it in like that. And then boom, you're good to go. Take your caliper, put it on. All right. Actually, I skipped a step almost. You want to grease these. You want to grease these slides. You want to grease those because, like, if they get seized up, it'll make the brake pads wear faster. So grease that. Put that back in. Grease this one. Get it back installed, and then install your caliper. And that's it. That's it for that part. So you're gonna tighten these down, you know, snug. You're gonna tighten them down snug, and then I'll be with you on the next part. All right, now you got everything. You got the rotor on, you got the bracket on, it's tight. You got the caliper on, it's tight. Now you're gonna install your wheel. So yeah, you just line your studs up with the holes, and then you start. Now here's another thing I see people that doing that bugs me. You gotta start these by hand. Why do you do that? So you don't cross thread. So you start them all by hand. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 7/8 or your 22. You're gonna tighten these in a star pattern. Why tighten them in a star pattern? That's so the rim sits flush. Because if you tighten these two, you can get it all cocked sideways like that, and then you'll have a wheel that's wobbling back and forth like that. So in a star pattern. So I was here last, so we're gonna go here, and then go here, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna do it again. And how many ugga-duggas? Not a lot. That's how many. Because we're gonna use this here fancy torque wrench. Get your jack stand out of there. Lift your car up some. Take the jack stand. Put the car on the ground. And torque in a star pattern. Boom. All right, and after you torque your wheels, you're done. That's it. All right, so next, you got your wheel torqued, you got your brakes installed. You need to pump the pedal to make sure that you got brakes. Because if you don't, you'll go to hit the pedal, you won't be able to stop. So get in, pump it a few times, and you're good to go.